Hi, this is Patrick Rodriguez with SoulHealingTherapy.com. Today we have one of the main topics of the whole work in soul healing therapy, and that's healing with love. Healing with love. Now, when I talk about healing with love, it's not some airy-fairy, oh, love of the universe. It's more of a very pragmatic form of love. The type of love that I'm talking about can also be referred to as acceptance. And the way I like to say it, it's the energy of acceptance. The way to think about it is to think of the way a mother has a baby child, the way a mother holds and accepts their child. That is the energy that we're looking for, the energy of love. Now, the reason that's so important is because everything that we do is based on the energy of acceptance. And it's not the acceptance of the outside world, although that's totally beneficial. But for the purposes of healing, what I found is this energy of acceptance is the most pragmatic energy for healing when aimed at yourself. And I'm not talking about the you that's sitting there in your chair today at your current age, but rather the you that has gone through all these hurts, these bumps, these bruises throughout your life. And that's usually for most of us in childhood. So what we need to learn how to do is to focus this energy of acceptance at that child, sometimes the baby, us, to learn to accept us as, Shakespeare says, warts and all. So how do we do this and why is it important? Okay, if you think about it in very logical terms, the you that's sitting in your chair today has had life experiences, now has discernment that the little you did not have. Imagine a child, let's say 3 years old or even 5 years old, is now beginning to have their own awareness of self. That you, that little child, now begins to perceive the outside world, now begins to draw conclusions about him or herself as a result of the experiences that are going on around him. Now, for many of us, those experiences just aren't great. We're born to flawed parents. Most of us are. And so here we are, just little things, right? And we have these parents that have their own emotional issues, their own baggage that they bring to the table. This little itty bitty thing, which is you, says, wow, they must be treating me this way because I am unlovable. They must be treating me this way because I don't deserve to be treated well. They must be treating me this way because I'm not worthy of being loved. And these are conclusions that this little child with no life experiences they have, which are completely wrong. They're completely inaccurate. However, we don't get the same mileage telling a child, you're wrong, you came to the wrong conclusions, as we will by saying, your feelings matter. Your feelings matter. I love you. I love you. And you're the entire world to me. I love you. I accept you just as you are. Now, words are not enough. Words are not enough. Children do not experience the world in words. Children experience the world through feeling. And so when we do soul healing, when we do healing of the inner child, we need to communicate not just with the words that we speak, but the feelings that we feel. And so it's important to help the child know that they are accepted, the inner child, right? The little you. To help that 5-year-old, the 3-year-old, whatever age comes up for you when you're thinking about whatever we're working on at the time. To help that child feel accepted. There's nothing you can do where I won't love you. There's nothing you can do. You cannot be bad. You cannot be bad enough for me to not love you. You can't be good enough for me to not love you. Good, bad, doesn't matter. I'm going to love you no matter what. I am going to love you no matter what. And when we're doing healing work, when we're doing soul healing, we're doing this for the inner child. We are telling that child with more than words, but with everything we have, I love you, with the specific energy of I accept you just as you are. And again, imagine a mother holding a baby. That baby doesn't have to do anything. It doesn't have to perform. It doesn't need to know how to do anything. That mother still accepts that baby. When she holds that baby is everything to her. And that's what I want when you go inside, when you are doing healing work, either with yourself, which it is possible to do healing work with yourself. It's a lot harder, but it's completely doable. If you're doing it with a counselor, a trusted friend, or even myself, if we're doing work together, I will ask you over and over again, allow that child to feel his or her feelings. It's safe to feel afraid. It's safe to feel afraid. Does it feel good? No, it doesn't. But that's how little Johnny or little Susie felt. They felt afraid. The world was not a safe place for this issue that you're working on. The world was not a safe place for what you were dealing with. It's safe to feel afraid, and I love you anyway. I know you feel afraid, and it's safe to feel afraid, but I love you. And again, everything you have, every energy that's available to you throughout your cells of your being, I accept you with everything I have. You are the most important thing in the world to me. That is healing with love as it's used in soul healing therapy. It's not just accepting yourself. It's accepting those parts of you that are hard to love. It's accepting those parts of you that are afraid. It's accepting those parts of you that are still hurting decades later. And that's what we go after in soul healing. Okay, how does this come together? So let's say that you contact me. Let's say that you reach out and you say, listen, I'm having a trouble making a breakthrough. I want a new job. Okay, great. We go in and we find, oh, I don't feel worthy of having more than just my bare minimum needs met. We find out, well, as a child, there wasn't enough to go around. I came from a big family. We have to go in and help that child feel afraid to ask for more. Help that inner child. Those are the fears that don't want to come out. And so what happens is that they come out in ways that we would least expect. We don't understand. They come out for you in this example. They come out as, I'm having trouble getting a breakthrough and getting the next level of job. As we heal the inner child, the child is now able to ask for more. The way that we heal is we give the child permission to be afraid to ask. We give the child permission to feel their feelings, which was too much to feel. And we give them the energy of acceptance. It's safe to feel afraid. It's safe to feel afraid. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And that's really all we do over and over and over. We look for what the core energy is, and then we use the energy of love, the energy of acceptance towards yourself, towards your inner self, towards your child. Now, in some cases, it may be 3 years old. Other cases, it's 5 years old. In some cases, it's a teenager, 20s or 30s. It's a younger self. It's a you that exists before you sitting in the chair right now. Pretty simple process, but highly effective. You start to change your inner world, and you begin to see your outer reality start to change as well. I hope you'll jump in. Again, whether it's doing self-healing, working with a counselor, trusted friend, or contact me. Hopefully we can do some great work together, even through these videos. So I hope that you click the like, the subscribe, and let's talk again. This has been Patrick Rodriguez with SoulHealingTherapy.com. Thanks for watching.